These are 5 of my favorite accessories for the Mini 2. Hey, if you don't know me, my name's Jake and I create content here to help solo creators on the go. People like me who are out creating small commercial projects or stuff for here on YouTube, working by themselves. So I test and review equipment here in Alaska and I do tips and tutorials on how to use that equipment. Today we're talking about some of my favorite accessories for the DJI Mini 2. Some of them I use every single day. Some of them I only use sometimes, but they're all great accessories. And if you just bought a DJI Mini 2 or a DJI Mavic Air 2 or any other drone, a lot of these accessories will be applicable to you as well. The first thing that I buy for any drone I have, or action camera or regular camera, honestly, is ND filters, because ND filters help you control your shutter speed, help you control your shutter or the amount of saturation you have with whatever camera you're shooting with. And when you're filming with small drones like these or action cameras where you don't have a variable aperture, you can stop down the aperture to limit the amount of light coming in, then ND filters become even more important, because if you film with a very high shutter speed, then you get a lot of very jittery footage. It's not necessarily jittery, but there's a lot of stutter or moire effect depending on what you're filming, where the footage looks not smooth. You see these very fast moving details and it looks very jittery. Whereas as soon as you put an ND filter on to control your shutter speed, where your shutter speed is 2 times the frame rate you're using, then you get much more smooth looking footage, because you get a lot of motion blur, which is what you want for smooth footage, aka, as we say on the YouTubes, cinematic footage. Now, I have tried a lot of different brands of filters for everything from my camera to drones, and I have to say Freewell is among the best. And I don't say that because they've sent me these particular filters, which they have. I have purchased a lot of my filters from Freewell, and they have withstood a lot of abuse. I've had other filters that were even more expensive that scratched easily or got smudged easily, whereas the Freewell filters don't scratch very easily. They last a long time, and in this case, the Mavic Mini filters or the Mini 2 filters are one and the same. And so you can take a Freewell filter, pick whichever one is right for you, snap it on just like that, and it's ready to go. And the great thing is that the gimbal will calibrate with the filter on there. Won't cause you any issues, and it won't put you over the 249 gram limit for being able to fly without registering this drone. Another really nice thing about these particular filters is the front gimbal cover will still fit, so you don't have to take the filters off when you're going to travel between spots. You just want to stick the gimbal cover on, throw it in your bag, and move on to the next spot. You don't have to change the filter out. And of course, Freewell filters always come in a nice case. In this case, they changed up their case to be this metal case, which I actually really like, because I think it will stand up a little bit better to some of the abuse that I throw at my stuff as I throw it in and out of my bags. The second accessory that I really like is not necessarily this battery case, although this is a great accessory you get with the Fly More combo, and I highly recommend it. But it's this Anchor portable battery bank. Because it has power delivery that works up to 60 watts, it will recharge all 3 of these batteries at least 1 time each while you're flying. And it's great because when you're out on the go and you want to recharge your batteries, you simply pull it out, pop it in the battery case, connect the USB cable, it's USB-C, and connect it to the battery bank. And just like that, you are recharging your batteries that can be sitting in your camera bag or sitting in your car or anything like that. You can be miles away from power and not even worry about it, because this battery bank will give you at least 3 more, but I think I've gotten almost 5 more battery charges out of this from just 3 batteries. And in the case of the Mavic Mini, that's over 2 hours of flight time, which is insane. Number 3 is a landing pad. Now, a landing pad isn't totally necessary. I hand launch and hand catch my drones most of the time, just because sometimes it's hard to find a place to put a landing pad down, or it's just more convenient to be able to put a drone in the air by hand launching and hand catching it. But if you don't want to hand launch it and hand catch it, a landing pad is really essential, because when your drone is sitting close to the ground, especially if you're on dirt or dust or other things that could otherwise get inside of your drone electronics, inside of the motors, and maybe cause issues down the road, a landing pad will keep your drone away from those things. Or if you're taking off in tall grass, this landing pad will sit on top, and because the Mavic Mini is so light, it will sit on top of this landing pad on top of grass and not have anything get in the way of it. The other thing that's nice is because it has this big H here, it helps the return to home function work much better, because the drone knows kind of what it's looking for when it comes to land, and it will give it a more stable hover because it has a very clear pattern to be able to stay on top of and keep itself centered above. Next is more for you who live in the northern climate, and that's this Zippo hand warmer. And the reason I include this in one of my favorite accessories is because I work in a really cold environment for a lot of the year. This thing will not work well at really cold temperatures. More specifically, the batteries don't work well at really cold temperatures. But with this, a hand warmer, I can turn this on, put it in a pocket in my bag, put it next to these batteries, and it will keep these batteries nice and warm until I'm ready to fly with them. And since the batteries are warm before I take off, it helps them produce more voltage. It helps them get more battery life out of them, because as soon as you start flying, it keeps the battery temperatures relatively warm. But going from a cold battery that is not warm at all is not a good idea, because the voltage is very low and you don't really know how the drone is going to perform. So this Zippo handheld finger warmer, I mean, there's a lot of them out there, but this is the one that I happen to be able to get. Works really well to keep your batteries warm. Another option is, I mean, you can just keep them in your pocket, but if you don't want to keep them in your pocket, then this is something to consider, because you just stick it in the camera bag with your batteries and you're good to go. And last but not least is something that I don't use every day, but I do use it from time to time, especially when I'm wanting to make sure I'm getting the shots exactly the way I want them. And that's is sometimes your phone screen is a little too small and a little too difficult to see or be able to use when you're out filming, and you want to use something larger like an iPad or an iPad mini, but this remote does not fit an iPad mini. So the solution is something like this, which is an iPad holder for a Mavic Pro or Mavic 2 Pro remote. It will work with this, the new style of DJI drone remotes, because it has a phone style holder. This particular one's from Skyread, but there's a lot out there. I'll link a few in the description, or at least I'll link this one in the description, but you can find your own. The nice thing is you clip it in like this. Now the only downside is that you need a USB-C to whatever your device is. In this case, because I'm in the Apple ecosystem, I need a lightning connector. And right now the only one I have is this like 12-foot long cable, but it'll give you the idea. You can plug it in either the front port. I prefer the back port just because it keeps things a little bit cleaner. So you plug it in the USB-C port there. I'm gonna wrap it around kind of like that, because it keeps things a little bit neater. Then you insert the iPad like so. You may need to tighten this nut down back here so the iPad doesn't slip around at all. Plug in the lightning cable, and you're ready to go. Now the nice thing is, it's actually not as imbalanced as I thought it would be, because you kind of put your fingers back here and you can hold the controller like this, fly around. You get this big, beautiful display that you can see everything. You can definitely zero in right on what you want to shoot, see everything nice and clear, and fly with an iPad. The nice thing is you can kind of move it around, tilt it wherever you want to get it, and be able to still control your sticks. It doesn't block any of the controls down here for the controller, and you can see nice and clearly on this big display exactly what you're doing when you're flying with your Mini 2. Or your Air 2 for that matter. Now, if you want to learn how to fly your drone to get the best footage, or if you want to learn the best settings for drones like the DJI Mini 2, then click or tap right there. I put together a small playlist that will walk you through some videos that I've put together for you. As always, if you have questions, ask me in the comments below, or join my live stream Wednesday nights at 4 p.m. Alaska time, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you again soon in the next video. Cheers.